Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen. This is September 6th, 2012, and welcome to the vlog. So I'm going to go right to the Q&A because I think this will answer a lot of questions people may be having right about now. After my system rebuild, things kind of changed around for a lot of stuff. So, first question comes from Mohammed257090. And, dude, do you really have to start Minecraft over? Well, as a matter of fact, the short answer is yes. And it's not just Minecraft, but it's pretty much every series we have going right now. Unfortunately, there were some difficulties. For the long answer, well, my last setup was in a RAID setting, a RAID Stripe 0. And for those who aren't technically savvy, a RAID Stripe 0 is where you have two hard drives that are pretty much synchronized. The two hard drives act as one, and they share data equally. Now, if something should happen to one hard drive, it should happen to the other. If something were to fail, then, on the other hand, if it would both have to fail, is what I basically am trying to say. And if one should get something that the other one didn't, it's game over. Everything is lost pretty much. Nothing much could be done to save it unless you had backups. So getting back on track, I got new motherboard, processor, and everything. But unfortunately, the RAID controller that I had gotten did something to one hard drive that the other hard drive didn't get, and yeah. Unfortunately, there was no reliable backup. Nothing could be saved, including not just game data, but my personal photos and a few other things. So, it was a total wipe. To say the least, there were some curse words said. I guess that's the best way I could say it. It was a bad moment for me. I had a pretty bad meltdown. So, yeah. So... The only thing I can say is that I apologize. I'm sorry you guys have to go through it. I know those who follow the Technic Minecraft series already seen one wipe. That was when they put their patch out, and it kind of broke a lot of people's games, including mine. So I did not want to have to do that again. I didn't want to start a new playlist just to do a whole reboot, so hopefully this will be the last time this has to happen. We have a reliable backup now, so it shouldn't be a problem. Other games, for the most part, they can be saved, or like The Sims 3, that can be restart. As for The Sims 3, I guess the storyline there, we're just gonna call it a happy ending. Unless you want to be creative and you can call it what you wish. You can say the missing child randomly came home and they lived happily ever after. Or who knows. But unfortunately, I will not be able to put an end to that storyline. We will create another one soon, very shortly. I'm hoping to do it maybe by the end of sometime at the end of this week, if not during the weekend. We'll see. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of changes. I would like to be doing some new games. Right now, we're kind of going through a phase where everything's just still trying to return to some semblance of normal. So I'm trying to get everything set up now. I have a solid state drive as my system drive, and the two hard drives that were in a RAID Stripe 0 are now, well, one serves as the actual drive for games and music and other things, photos, while the other one serves as a full-time backup, making sure any important data and info is backed up pretty much 100% of the time. So that pretty much answers that question, I guess, in a very long nutshell. It's unfortunate, and I apologize 1,000 times over. Please bear with me on it because I'm trying to get things sped up a little bit. That's why there was no daily Minecraft yesterday. I'm trying to get over certain leaps and bounds to get things rolling once again. So hopefully we'll be back to a good place soon. Not just with Minecraft, but with most of our other series. Anyway, I did get another question. This one was from my friend Brian on Facebook, as a matter of fact. And he had asked about the podcast I was doing. Will the podcast ever come back? To that I have to say, yes, hopefully soon. It right now, the way things are going, I'm pretty hectic right now, to be honest. Between trying to do videos, trying to get things squared away, and of course trying to do things around the house to take care of pets and everything. It's been crazy. It's been really crazy. And then being married, I have to find a way to spend some time with my wife, which I'm doing a really poor job at it right now, I'll openly admit. I need to do a better job at that. So yeah, I'm kind of like the juggling clown, but I'm not doing a very good job of juggling a lot of things. So that part right there kind of ties into the last part, well, the last part in the question answer segment. It was just, I'm trying to do a lot of juggling, and I'm hoping to get things under control soon. But yes, I would like to bring back the actual well, I would like to bring it back, is what I'm trying to say. And actually, the last episode that I was leaving off at, me and Brian were going to actually do a co-host where we were going to do some E3 commentary. And unfortunately, that kind of fell through on my part. I just had bad scheduling. He had some things come up on his end where personal issues I don't want to get into, but he had something that came up, and for the most part, my schedule just kind of throws a wrench into everything just because I'm working third shift. So basically, I'll end it by saying, hopefully, yes, it should be coming back. When? I don't know exactly at this time. Anyway, moving away from the Q&A segment right now, if you have any questions you want to have answered on the air, please send them to powergrazi@gmail.com. I'll have the email address listed in the actual footage as you watch some Technic Minecraft video in the background. This was me just trying to go ahead and gain up some experience and do some enchants on my armor. But yes, the email will be written out there for those who probably won't know how to spell it. And just by going by voice, you probably won't be able to figure out what's what anyway. So it's listed. And as I stated, Technic Minecraft, we're trying to rebuild back to where we were. It will take a little bit of time. So the daily thing, once again, it was skipped yesterday. I'm hoping to get things rolling back again soon. And, we'll have an episode later up today. It should be coming up. Next, Sims 3. I'm going to do I don't want to say a little bit of fast forwarding, but I'm going to go ahead and I'll get things set up is what I'll try to do. We'll have a new storyline. We'll still be going through the actual explanation part of ambitions. Maybe a little bit more explanation in generations. If there's anything we haven't touched upon, we'll go ahead and touch upon that as well. New video game series. I'm thinking retro. I still haven't 100% settled in on something. Another game I thought about doing, which is still kind of sitting there, Project Zomboid. It looked pretty neat. A zombie survival game, strategy game it looked like. Wanted to try that out. Haven't gotten too much into it. I started researching it and looking, but other than that, I haven't really delved into it. So there's things there, there's things going on. It's a lot of behind the scenes stuff right now. I guess you could say there's a lot of wires that kind of need to be untangled and what's going on and everything. As for the live stream kind of, sort of does work. The quality right now isn't exactly the best because there still needs to be some things that need to get tweaked. But for the most part, it is pretty smooth. The quality isn't the greatest, but it is pretty smooth. So it's coming along. So we're going to get this thing worked out. We'll get it figured out. And hopefully at some point I can announce an official live stream date and time. We'll have our first one up and running. And when that happens, I'll even announce what game will be live streamed. So, yeah. Like I said, it's just been really, really freaking hectic. Next, I would like to thank those of you who went to our website, www.powerboypro.com. We have some advertisements on there, and apparently some of you guys have been supporting our advertisers, so they've been supporting me. So your support to them has been highly appreciated, and I really can't thank you enough, because it helps me out, especially with all the stuff that's been going on with the upgrades and all. So, you know, a big shout out to you guys, whoever you are, because I get no notification. They just notify me of, you know, you get the general consensus of where I'm going at. But like I said, thank you for supporting our advertisers. And, you know, I really got to get back to that website and start doing some updating. I haven't updated that thing in probably at least a month, and that's kind of really sad. That's the next part I have to get to, is because I have to make sure I can actually recover the information for my website, or I'm going to have to call down there and get a hold of someone at HostGator to help me get back into my account. And this could be quite long and painful, and just one more thing to go through. But anyway, thank you once again. So as I said earlier, if you have any questions, send them over to powergrazi@gmail.com. I'll answer them when I can on the air. I may or may not get back to you in email. It depends on what's going on. I don't know, it depends on how things go. If it's something that needs to be really addressed, I'll try to address you before addressing it on air. Muhammad already knows that. I've sent them a reply, and, you know, it all depends on the basis of the question. So, yeah, send it over there. I'll try to get 3 questions on air, if we have 3. If not, I'll get whatever I have on there. So, yeah. I mean, it started off pretty good, but now it's kind of like back and forth thing. So, anyway, I love hearing from you guys, and I love answering questions. So, go ahead, fire away. That's going to do it for this vlog. So, thank you for coming in, taking the time to check out what's going on. Thank you for listening. Go ahead and send them questions over there, or you can actually, you know what, leave them down in the comment section too. Same goes for there. And if you're on Facebook, you can check out our Facebook page, do the same thing over there. Like I said, you may or may not, depending upon the question, but even still, if it gets picked for the video, it gets picked for the video. Of course, then, I guess I could say the basis changes if we start getting a high volume of questions. Then all of a sudden, if I give you a reply, then I probably won't answer it over the air. But, yeah, we'll go from there. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So, Facebook, Gmail, and YouTube comment section. 3 options where you can leave your questions. So anyway, have yourself a wonderful day. And if not, then just simply fake it. I'll see you again next time.